Alright, just updating my messages everywhere. Just so I can check, is my audio actually working? I haven't set up this correctly yet, so I don't know. Alright, cool. So I can probably minimize this. I won't be able to see the chat though, I don't have a second screen yet. I'll just check on it every now and then. Or I can try to load it up on my iPad here. I'm not too sure how the... could I get in Studio, I wonder? I don't think I can. I'll have to load it up on the browser. A second screen would be so much easier. What is it called? I should have set this up before, but hang on. Pop out chat. How do I do that? Ooh, can I do... I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna have to Google this. Or what I could do is, let's see. Oh, I see it. Cool. And if I bring up, and I'll just see, the thing is, I'm gonna have to, can I make this always on top? Man, I'm bad with computers. I don't know how that's a thing. How, do you guys know how I can keep this always on top? Oh, you know what? Here we go. That'll do. That'll do for now. All right, I'm just gonna set it, set the event as starting. So create highlight. Can I do this? Start time. There you go. And let's get going. So if I can bring this back up. What I'm gonna be doing, as I mentioned, as I said in the title, is I'm going to try to clone a Bomberman game today. So I've never done this before, but I think I can work it out. So let's see, F7, yeah. So I've been thinking about it. I'm obviously going to use the tile system. Is this size okay for you guys? Can you see that? I'll need this. So yeah, so what I'm going to start off with is just creating the simple tile system that you're going to be able to break as the player. So yeah, as I said, I've been thinking about it for the past week, about different ways to do things, and I really wanted to stream it. So here we are. Where is this? Top left. So if I don't seem prepared, if I do a lot of mistakes today, it's because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making this as I go along. Virtual Mage microtransactions. I mean, yes. No, I don't think so. I mean, I could, even though I haven't worked with microtransactions much. The thing is, I don't see how that would work in a Bomberman game. Maybe you could get more bombs, power-ups, I don't know. Yeah, so I think blue is gonna be unbreakable, and I'll go with let's see, green as breakable. I think that's actually yellow is more of a breakable color to me. There you go. And yeah. Oh, whoops. Is this? This isn't square, is it? Hang on. There you go. Alright, so tile map. GameMaker 2 has become unstable. So I don't know what this is. As soon as I create a tile set, GameMaker 2 becomes unstable. It's probably just this version. I don't know if you guys have been having it too, but it's quite annoying. Are there any viewers who don't know who I am, Mr. GM Wolf? Well, I don't know. I don't know who my viewers are right now, but if you don't know, I make GameMaker tutorials on YouTube. This you can regard as a tutorial if you like. This probably not a good idea though, since I'm not really sure what I'm doing for this one. So yeah, basic tile sets, and I'm just gonna place them in the room already, just because I really like tile sets. They are simply the best. So we're just gonna have a simple box around it. Now, I haven't actually played much Bomberman. I've played a lot more of a clone of Bomberman that was online. Yeah, one of those Flash games that was just a Bomberman clone, and it was really quite fun. No doubt Bomberman is more fun, but at the time I didn't have a console to play it on, so I had to play the clone instead. So here we go, and of course the breakable blocks, which are gonna go all over here. So this is just gonna be the first test area. I think before I add player movement and everything, I'm going to add bomb placement, because I think that's the interesting part of dealing with Bomberman. I think what I can do actually is make the room smaller and on a bigger viewport. I'm already on the right tile set. What's going on in chat? Bomberman, that's right. Silent bees. Yeah. Where am I from? I'm French. Though I actually lived most of my life in the Netherlands, so yeah, don't ask too much about how France is. I never really lived there. Question about advanced AIs. I haven't done much AI, though decision trees are nice. So you just have a sequence of decisions. State machines. That's, I don't know, there isn't that much more I can say about it. How is this gonna work? 640. What's 640 minus 3 times 64? What is that? 580 something? Whoops, bigger than that. I said 580 something. 452. Oh, that's obviously smaller. What is it, 520? 5... Guesstimating is the best. Is it just 580? Yeah, huh. And I'm gonna guess the height is around 360-ish. Ooh, 3... What's that gonna be, 420? No. 380. Oh, is it 32? Oh, it's 32, never mind, I don't know how to math. Or I don't know how to count, really. Oh, I need an extra 32 over here, so 512. And just some blue squares over here. And now I get this weirdness going on. I don't know what I did. Has it been cropping my tile this whole time? Oh, I'm pretty dumb. Let's go 650-ish and just quickly fix this error. I know this right now is just room editing, and I really should be doing some coding, because that's what's really interesting here. But, I don't know, I really like this tile editor. Am I a professional game developer? I am not. I'm a student, learning game development, although actually just development in general. Learning for games will start, for me will start next year. So what's that gonna be? That's 640 is around here, minus 32 is 618. No, I don't know how to do maths. How do I subtract 32 from this? Minus 30 is 10, oh, 604008. Minus 32 is 5 something 6, 586. No, 576. Here we go. Yeah, no 420s anymore. I'll probably work it in there somewhere else. Who knows? So here we have the basic room. But if I play it now, it's going to be too small on screen. I'm going to have to make it bigger. Okay, I'm going to get to the code soon. I promise. Yeah, this is way too small. So, views. Viewport and camera. Enable viewport. Okay, camera properties. So what did I say the size is? 576 and 385. I just want to make sure this is big enough for the stream and for my eyes as well. And I need good multiples of this. So 576 times 2 is 1152. And 385 times 2 is 770. Here you go. Now it should be a very nice size. So, will I stream regularly? I hope to be able to stream weekly, so every Friday. It's Friday today, right? Yeah. Yes, it is. I hope to stream every Friday around this time. I don't know. I should be able to do this for the foreseeable future, for at least 2 or 3 months. But I don't know how it's gonna be next year with my studies, so I don't know how much time I'll have. But I really hope to be able to fit in 1 video per week and 1 stream per week, if not 2 videos when I get the time. That's my plan, although I did say something similar last year and it didn't happen. In fact, if you ignore my last video, it had been the video before that was in February, so I haven't been the most regular uploader recently. I'll try to fix that. Alright, so we're done with the room editor for now. We can start placing bombs down. So let's create a bomb object and a bomb sprite. Bomb sprite is just going to be a 32 by 32 circle for now. So how do I resize this? Resize all frames. 32. There you go. And a nice black circle. Like this. With, oh, black on black is not going to work. Gray circle. With a smaller white circle over here. Looks amazing. You could almost think I'm a professional graphist. Object. Custom paint editor, that's pretty cool. Yeah, actually GameMaker's, I've seen GameMaker being used to build tools in quite a few places. I think there was this one Blender thing that would make, that would scatter objects all over a surface or something. It was pretty cool. It was built in GameMaker Studio, like 1.x, which is pretty impressive given how much work it did. That being said, YYC is quite fast these days, so. Do I ever use pictures of myself as a sprite? I have done so before. For one game, which I made for my brother for his birthday, where he would actually go around. I took a photo of him and put it on a sprite, and he would go around and shoot me. I don't know why I created it. It was pretty fun though. I don't think I would do it again. It was pretty fun, but Alright, so this is the bomb. I'm just gonna give it a simple alarm for now. I really hate workspaces, by the way, if you don't know. If you go on the Gaming forums, you will probably have noticed that. I really hate this workspace system. I much prefer having simple tabs. Though I know I can drag it up here, get the crates, but if all I'm doing is adding an alarm, it doesn't really matter. So alarm 0 is gonna be... I'm gonna run this at 60 FPS? I don't know. 30 FPS? What's 60 is probably better. Oops. Options, main... 60 FPS. And set this to room speed. Does room speed still work? Yes, it does. Times... Let's say it takes 3 seconds to explode. So do I use other languages apart from GML? I do. I do a lot of Java. Java game development as well. I like using libgdx. By the way, if you're interested, tell me, because I am thinking of making libgdx tutorials. I'm not too sure though, because I'm not that like comfortable with it just yet. But I do think I could make a couple tutorials. So tell me if you're interested. I also use C#. One of our projects this year for university was building an app, and we chose to use C# for it. Terrible idea, but it worked pretty well. I actually quite like C#. It's a really nice language, and so I've also started using it for other projects as well. One of the reasons I really like it are properties. So you don't need to write getters and setters, and it's some of the like ease of use or like quality of life improvements that C# makes over a language like Java are just great. I love it. So this is the alarm. We just want to explode the bomb, so I'm gonna actually create a script for that. So Alt-C, put up here. This script is gonna be bomb underscore explode or create explosion. I don't know, bomb explode is good. And it's gonna be... It's going to take a couple parameters. It's going to take an X position, a Y position, a size, I think, is how far it would go. I think that's about it for now. I don't see any more chat. The chat is quite active. More than I expected. libgdx with Kotlin, please. I never used Kotlin before. I looked at it, it looks cool. I'm not a super big fan of some of its features because it doesn't look... it's not correct, some things it does, but it is like quality of life improvements. So, I don't know. I will maybe learn Kotlin one day properly, but I think I'll stick to Java and C#. So, let me think. Yes, so when I was thinking about creating this, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to write this script. Oh, I named the wrong resource here. I didn't know if I wanted to name to create this script in a loop, which would work perfectly fine, or if I wanted to do it recursively. Recursively would be really, really cool, but it wouldn't add much more than the loop, and you know, whenever you should use loops instead of recursion. So I don't know. I really want to do it recursively, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Don't take it as a good advice though. It's probably not. So what I'm going to do is have a new one, which is going to be called a new script, which is going to... I can actually hide this for now. Which I'm going to call bomb or explosion. Or just create explosion. How do you spell explosion? Is it an S? I think it is. Which is gonna obviously take again an X position, a Y position. I like trains too, by the way, Richard. And a direction. And the direction will just be 0 for right, 1 for up or down. I don't know. Up makes more sense in my head. 2 for left and 3 for down. Oh, I need to... just remember, don't use built-in variables. Yes, so, I don't remember what I was talking about, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, I'll do this recursively, so each explosion will create another explosion and decrease the range by 1, or like the size. So this will actually take a size. So essentially what this will do is say if size is greater than 1, or yeah, I should probably initialize the variable, then create explosion. Actually, instead of direction, I think I'm going to use param xd and yd. This way, I don't have to have as many if statements everywhere. So I can do create explosions as x plus xd and y plus yd. Same xd, same yd, and a size -1. This way I recursively create explosions. Alright, well, have fun playing LOL then. That, Richard. So that should create an explosion, but why is it giving me an error? Yep, because I don't know how to type. Also, now is probably a good time to save, because this is probably gonna fail at some point. Alright, so I create my explosion recursively. And now I can actually do something, you know, with this explosion. So I'll probably create an explosion object. Oh, explosion. What did I name my bomb? Oh, I didn't name it. Oh, bomb. And the explosion for now will just be a nice red square. There's a typo with create. Is there? Oh, there is. Thanks for pointing that out. So yeah, this will just be a nice red square. Again, I'm not going to bother with graphics today, or probably ever in my life. It's not what I do best. So this is just going to be a nice red square. Here we go. Actually, I may give it a bit of transparency. Oh, wait. There we go. In case I add a texture or something later on. So our explosion will just have this, and it will fade every step before disappearing. So I'll just do something like so, and do image alpha minus equals, I don't know, if it's 60 FPS and I want it to last half a second or so. My maths is terrible. 0.01 or something will give me, in 1 second will be 60. 0.3 or something should work. And then if image alpha is smaller or equal to 0, instance destroy. What ID is it? Oh yeah, it's optional. The recursive thing. Yes. Thanks. Alright. So now I can actually create the O explosion, so I can do... What I'll do is make sure I name my layers. So I can name this collisions or something. And this will be instances is fine. So what I can do is in here get the size of my map. So I can do var map equals, or var layer first equals ds, not ds. What is it? Layer get ID. And the layer name is collisions. Is it not? Oh, it's a string, isn't it? I'm supposed to use a string. So collisions like so. I'm actually just going to copy it because I make too many typos. Yeah, it wouldn't have caused a problem, but it's much better to get your names right instead of having to refactor everything later. So yeah. Though I don't expect to be working on this more than tonight. Hopefully I can stream till late. If not, too bad. Just got some nuts here. Alright. Oh, is it layer tell map get ID for the layer? And then I want the size. Var. And I need some water. So. What it was going to be W. I'm just going to use W for now. Tile map get tile width. Where is it? Not here. Here it is. Map, and just copy this. Height is going to be get tile height. Right, let's see. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I want to get I want to multiply. Let's see. EX will be the actual. Sorry, I'm going brain dead. EX will be the actual. Pixel count, not the instead of being in tile map coordinates, it'll be in pixel coordinates. So that will be width times xx, and EY will be equal to height times YY, and then I can do instance create layer at EX EY. Layer ID or name. I'm just going to assume everything is going to be on the same layer for this game. And the object is O explosion. Alright. So now, bomb explode should be able to be placed... Oh, that's right, wait. I should probably check to see if there's a wall in the way. Over here. So I don't remember in Bomberman if bombs can explode through more than one explodey block, like one destructible block. I think they can. I think. So what I'm gonna do here is just go if tile map get map at x plus xd y plus yd. And tile map mask, is it not mask? Or is it tile mask? Tile index mask? Here we go. So if it's equal to 1, which will be our wall, or rather if it's not equal to 1, I should be able to create the explosion. So I'm gonna paste this in here. And change this here to not equal to. So I can save that. And that should be about it. Inside bomb explode, I should just call create explosion at xxyy. Let's see, let's first start towards the right with a size of size. And I'll just copy this 4 times. This one will be 0, 1. This one could be -1, 0. And this one can be 0, -1. Alright. And what I'm gonna do now is create a test object. And inside the left press event, mouse left pressed. I should change that to global mouse. Mouse global left pressed. Where is it? Global left pressed. I'm just gonna copy my code to get the map. Where is it? Over here. I should probably create a script for it. In fact, I will. Alt C. I'll call it get map. In the original, it's just one block. Pickups count as block 2. Also, one of the bomb blocks explosions as well. Alright, just one. Well, I can do that. I'll leave it to infinite amount for now, and I'll go in the I have an idea for tile map data to make it easier later on to add more and more types of blocks if I choose to go further with this. So yes, I want to go in here, change this to get map. And in this one here, where is my test object? I can just do var map equals get map. And for, I need to get the, what can I do? I can do tile map, get cell x at pixel. Just make this bigger. Blowing up more blocks might make the game faster though. Actually not really, because tile maps are super fast, so it doesn't matter how many you have. In fact, they're just as fast whether you have them or not. I'll leave it, we can play around with maybe how much energy each block absorbs and stuff. We can play around with that. Have maybe weak blocks, strong blocks, perhaps even blocks that take multiple hits to explode. That could be fun. Var x equals this, so we can have our map, our tile map, and yy equals tile map get y at pixel map tile map. And it's giving me an error for some reason. It needs more data. Oh, it wants the Y one. Oh, why am I using tile map? What am I doing? This should be mouse X. Mouse Y. Whoops. Mouse X. Mouse Y. And I can just create my explosions. So I don't know what I called it again. Bomb explode. No, I want to create the bomb first. So instance. Create a layer, sure. XX, YY. No, that's my cell. What am I doing? What I should do... What I'll do for now is just create the explosion and I'll deal with the bomb later. So I'll just do... create explosion at XX, YY. That's not right. It's bomb explode. You didn't, Brighton, I don't know how you pronounce your name, sorry. You didn't miss much. We have this script here, which is just recursively calling itself to create explosions. Right here, we do it 4 times in each of the 4 directions. That's essentially it. I haven't done much. Has it really already been an hour? That's, no, that doesn't seem right. Well, no, it's only been about half an hour, I think. A lot of the stream was me setting things up, so there wasn't actually anything happening. It was just the screen saying when I would start. I ended up starting 15 minutes early though. Let's see, bomb at size. Size. Let's start with a size of 5 or something. That should be enough. You can save this and add the object inside the room. So yeah, I actually don't know what I'm gonna stream next week. So if you guys have any ideas of what to stream, that would be really nice. A game like this, which can be that's right, layer can't be reused. Let's just use L. A game like Bomberman would be nice because it's nice and easy to do. Something like maybe Tetris. I've been playing quite a bit of Tetris recently, so that would be nice to make as well. Oh, well, something clearly isn't right. Oh, I can actually hear family members around. Maybe they want me to keep my voice down, so I'll turn the game up on my microphone and speak more quietly. Alright, so I got some suggestions. Dancing game controlled by Steam, Xbox controller. I could do some Xbox controller stuff, that'll be fun. I haven't done too much with it. I'm also quite interested in remaking a racing game. I haven't made one of those in a while. And I've had some code lying around that I built once that was actually fairly accurate in terms of a simulation. So that'll be nice to experiment with as well. So I don't know why the Create Explosion isn't working. I'm willing to imagine it's my tile map check, which is wrong, so... A fake OS. Oh, I remember when Game Maker people would make game OSs for days. It was quite interesting to see. So, something clearly isn't right here. Oh, X, I'm quite dumb. That should be... No, not EX, XX and YY. That over here. That should fix many of the problems we're seeing. Here we go, we have a nice cross going. Now let's make it get stopped by this right here. A dancing racing game, yes. Here we go. It gets stopped by the blue squares now, and I can start making it destroy the yellow squares. So I can do over here. I can probably just write tile map set. Is there set? Yes. Tile map element ID. Is that just map? Tile data is just going to be 0, and I'm going to set XX and YY. That should clear wherever the explosion is going. Here we go. We can now explode yellow bricks. And yes, now that I think about it, it does seem right that the explosion gets stopped by a single yellow square. This seems a bit ridiculous. Oh, one error right now. If I create an explosion on the blue squares, it clears them as well, which isn't exactly what we want. So, first of all, let's make it get stopped. So what I think I'm going to do is create a script which is going to be called meta, because there's going to be some metadata for our explosions, and I'm gonna actually use GML Pragma. Global and meta. Alright, that way I should be able to do and I'll create a new array. Alright, so the format I'm gonna use. Alright, so I'm just gonna actually explain what I'm doing. I'm writing a script to have some data around, which is going to describe whether you can explode a block or not, and how much of the explosion it absorbs, or something along those lines. So what I can do is write the format I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna make everything with arrays because I love arrays. I could use a map, but arrays are nice. Actually, I'll just use a simple array, not an array of arrays. So tile explodable, or tile, sure, tile explodable. So tile 0 is void, so it doesn't matter. Tile 1 is explodable, is not explodable, so that's the blue blocks, and tile 1 will be explodable. So here we go. So that, and then I can do global dot tile absorb. I'm gonna use absorb. So that's how much of the energy it will absorb. And again, those don't matter since they're not explodable. And for now, let's just use a huge number like 999, because it will absorb the entire explosion. You would need a Pierce power-up. Yeah. I mean, if we're going for the original Bomberman, then I could do this differently. In fact, I think it's better to go with the original Bomberman for now. We can add our own mods later. So I'll just have tile explodable, and I'll make a macro for it. Tile. Actually, that's fine. I'll just keep it as a global variable. And now I go into my code. So what I'll do here, I'll make this a bit smaller. I'll get the index. Or just a tile, I'll use T, which is going to be this right here. So get my tile map index, and then I say if tile explodable T. Oh, and then we do actually need an extra piece of data, which is going to be tile absorb. Actually, I don't know. Let's see. The problem we have here is that we need to differentiate between an empty tile and an explodable tile. So explodable isn't quite the right word here. But I'll go for it. I'll call this one tile stop, which will stop an explosion. This one does not stop, this one does stop, and this one does stop. And then in here I can do right there. So if it's explodable, create it, and then if global dot tile stop, so if it stops it, then the new size, so I should probably create a variable here, so var new size is equal to size -1. However, if the tile does stop, then we can say that the new size is equal to 1. And here we can change this to new size. So hopefully it's being stopped immediately. If tile stop T, however that should be right. Why did I say it was not explodable? Oh, I should change this to like tile... Let's see. I could use a single one actually and say that if it's 2, it like stops it twice as much, like it doesn't even go into it. Let's change it to that instead. So if tile stop. So if global.tile stop, so if it stops it completely, so if it doesn't stop it completely, then go on. And if it stops it at all, then here you go. That should work better. Here we go. So we're now only destroying one block at a time with a maximum range. So I think now we can get started to actually build bombs and then player objects. So let's save this. Let's create a player. No, a bomb first. Let's see. Where's our bomb object? Is it Alt-T? No, that creates a timeline. I don't like timelines. Control-T. Yeah. So bomb. So when our bomb is here, we want to instance destroy. And we want to create the explosion. So first we need to get the map. I should probably put instance destroy afterwards, just for a bit of correctness. Let's see. X equals x divided by tile map get. Actually, I could just use tile map get cell at pix. I could just use this instead. Hang on. I'll just do it that way. I could do it more efficient, but with more variables, but I can't be bothered. So tile map element ID map x y. Now I'll just copy this. And create explosion XX YY. Oh, that's not right. It's a bomb explode, isn't it? Size of 5 for now. We can add a variable later. And now, if I go to my test, what I'll do is I'll multiply my XX by tile map get width, get tile width, and YY times equals tile map get tile. Actually, what I could do is do some neat bit twiddling. I know it's 32, so I'm gonna cheat and just write XX and the complement of 31. YY and the complement of 31. There you go. So that should snap it to the nearest 32 by 32 grid. And I can do instance create layer XX YY layer and bomb. That's my MySQL server booting up. I don't know why I still have it running. I don't need it anymore. Whilst it's compiling, I just want to check on something. Alright, it's still all good. Alright. So now it should give an error. Not set before reading. Of course it's not. I am not doing this correctly. I should probably bring my chat back up. So I place the bomb and a couple seconds later it should explode. I can probably make that faster. I'll make that faster. Go in the bomb. Create. Let's make it 1.5 seconds. I'm not a fan of using alarms, but they are quite useful in a prototyping phase. Actually, when possible, I prefer to use delta timing everywhere, but I don't think I'm gonna go do that for this one. Alright, this seems to work pretty well. And I can, of course, put a whole bunch of bombs. Alright, so I think we can start working on the actual player object, which is for now just gonna be a simple square or something. So I don't quite remember in Bomberman if you're locked to the grid or if you can stay between grids. Where is this? I think for simplicity's sake I'm gonna make them be able to move anywhere. As in, what like, I can't remember if it was like Pokemon style movements where you have to stop on a tile. Let's make this 4 and 4. Or if you can do whatever. Lock to the grid, so like Pokemon style movement. I mean, I could do it, it's just... Oh, you're not locked. Oh, never mind, I didn't read that. Okay, cool. That makes it so much easier. So I'm gonna... edit the... I'll just leave it like that for now. Call it SPR. Just S player. Oh, I haven't been naming any of my sprites correctly. Let me just remedy that really quite fast. S explosion. S bomb. S tiles. There you go. Alright, let's create a player object. Okay. Oh, player. So let's think about this. I'm not 100% sure of how I want to do this. Let's see, let's create a create event first. I'm gonna create it so I know I'm gonna need the map a lot, so I'm gonna actually preload it. And just keep it in a local variable, like instance variable. I'm gonna need a move speed. Set that to like 3. And I think that's it for now. So I can go ahead and create the step event. So let's see. You're left on right, locked into moving horizontal if you start movement unless you're inside the next grid point. If you start movement. Okay. Well, for now I'm gonna make some simple movements because I don't know, should I go all the way and try to make a faithful recreation? Oh, it's never gonna be faithful since I haven't really played much Bomberman. You can only move up, down, left, right if you're locked into moving horizontally if you start that movement. So by that, do you mean that if I start moving to the right, I can only stop moving to the right until oh no, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. That will be okay if I can do that pretty simply by simply making the collision mask. Oh, but then there will be a pain to get through points. I'll just make simple movement for now. Var dx equals keyboard check vk left or vk right rather minus keyboard. I can minimize this. Let's see, F12. Ooh, I hope that didn't stop the stream. I hope I changed my. Yeah, I did change my key. F12 used to stop my stream, so I'm happy I changed that. VK left var dy equals all right. More water. It's actually really warm today. I don't know if that's really warm, if it's just because I came from the north of England where it's really cold. But even though it's like midnight, it's still really, really warm for me, so. Well, yeah, I'll make simple movement for now. If I stay on stream long enough, I may revisit the movements later. So I'll just do x plus is equal to dx times move speed. Actually, I should probably normalize my input. So var l equals the square root of dx times dx plus dy times dy. And then do if L is not equal to 0, dx divided is equal to L, and dy divided is equal to L2. And I can do x plus equals dx times move speed, y plus equals to dy times move speed. So this autocomplete feature in GameMaker Studio 2 is great if you're working on small projects. As soon as your project becomes a bit bigger than like 10 objects or so, the number of like instance variables you're using is just dumb. It's just there is no point having the autocomplete if like every single variable you ever used comes up. It's less than helpful. So I don't know. I kind of make it a point to avoid GameMaker on bigger projects now. So here I am. I think that's it. If I place my player in the room, I should be able to move it. Oh wait, no, I have no collision. Couldn't be that easy. So after movement, I can check collisions. I'll just do it the same way I did it in my tutorial, because it's easy. So if dx is greater than 0, I need to check the right hand side, so I do. What is it called? Tile map. I'm not sure if I should do it that way or if I should just. Oh, I'll need to check 2 points anyways, whatever I do. So I'll just do tile map. Get at pixel. I'll get the map, and let's see. It'll be at bbox. So let's see if this is if I'm moving to the right. So I'll be bbox first, right, bbox, top. So, advantages of occupying only a maximum of 2 grid points. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. It depends how the game was built at the time. But I don't see much in terms of technical limitation. It's probably a design choice to avoid you always being between tiles and getting hit by explosions much more easily. I'm not entirely sure. I'll just copy this here. I can probably make this smaller, right? You guys can still see this, I hope. So that will be bottom. And what I'll do is I'll grab my meta script over here and I'll add a new thing called global.tile solid 0, 1, 1. So you cannot walk through these two. And I can do over here, I can do C1 equals global dot Yeah, that's what I thought. Just design choice. Okay, so what we want to do is snap it back to the left. So you do x plus or minus equals b-box right minus b-box right ampersand complement of 31. Alright, and now we copy and paste. If it's more than 0, then we do left and left, actually. Oh, it won't let me multi-select? Never mind. Yes, I already made the hitbox maybe 20% smaller or something like that, or 25% smaller. Because if you check my sprite out, it's not taking up the full space. So if I preview the mask, it's only this big. And I actually need to add to this one here. Ooh. Plus 32. That should probably work. I don't like using negative. Oh, whatever. I'll paste it again for dy. So if I'm going downwards, then I want b-box bottom and left, and then y minus b-box bottom, b-box bottom, and if I'm going upwards, then I want the top and top. So yes, this system I'm using for a tile map collision is essentially the same as the one I used in my tile map collision tutorial. Slightly modified for a top-down instead of a platformer. If you have any questions about it, it's actually not too difficult. I think the hardest part to understand is this right here, but it essentially just snaps it back to the nearest multiple of 32. And yeah, that should work. Where's my room? Yes, the UI is improved, but it's not perfect either. There are quite a few things that annoy me with it, though it probably will only get better. If you have the discount though, it's probably worth it. I could get it for 50. Ooh, that's not right. Alright, something isn't right, but I could get it for 50 instead of 100, which was great. Because I got the discount from having the 1.4 Master Collection. So that was nice. Right. I'm supposed to add 32 over here. Or is it subtract 32 maybe? Hang on. I should add... yeah, I should subtract 32. I'm using triple negatives at this point, so it's a bit... Also, my computer is really hot to the touch. I can barely touch... Whoa. I should probably not stream on this computer. It is literally burning my fingers. Okay, yeah, this collision is not working. I also really want to check my temperatures. It is scaring me right now. Tools. Where's open hardware monitor? Oh, it doesn't even... oh, it's probably because I'm encoding on the CPU. Oh yes, look at that. It is really hot. I'm at 97 degrees? Oh wow. That is worrying me. I should... oh wow. Are my fans, like, clear? Oh, here you go. Drop down a little. Yeah, no, that is really scaring me. 97 degrees. That is hot. Oh well, let's go on. Pretend like my computer isn't gonna melt. Feels like UE4 blueprints, yes, but it's not blueprints. See, with blueprints, it actually flows a nice logic, right? Chains in blueprints actually make sense. In Game Maker, they don't. You can open a script, and it doesn't belong to the object, it's just used by the object, and the chain can still be there after you even remove the script from the object. It makes very little sense to me. I don't quite understand the choice that they made. Right, so these were probably plus 30. Now I have to think about this. Oh, hang on, yes, it's minus here. What features do I find most annoying? It's the workspace. I hate the workspace. It's just a waste of time. It's why I always use full screen for like most of the things I do. Alright, so for some reason... okay, so right collisions work and down collisions work, but for some reason... oh, up seems to work. Okay, so it's... something is definitely not right with my collision. I'm gonna have to think about this. I want to subtract B box left minus B box left, B box bottom, B box bottom. Hang on. I'm a certain number of pixels to the right, and I want to find a difference between the two. So this one's going to be bigger. So I want to find, okay, and I want to remove. Now this one here is going to be smaller than this one here. And such. Have the global game settings been improved? Yes, they don't exist anymore. Now there's these options here. So you have one for main, so you get all your frames per second, not per room, now it's per the whole game. And then you have for each of your settings, for Windows, Yeah, I don't have any exports actually. I just have desktop export. So yeah, it's quite a bit better. I never really used global game settings much, so yeah, that's not really what bothers me. It's actually mainly the workspace. The rest is vastly improved. I'm a bit disappointed GML isn't changed. GML is still GML, and GML is frankly not that great. Hang on, this one is bigger, so this is going to be a negative number. I'll just do this. Oh, hang on. Okay, this is correct, I think. And then plus... I know this is technically not changing anything, but it's clearer in my mind. Could it be that my tiles are 32 by 32? Right? Yeah, they are. Okay, so my collisions are very obviously quite glitchy. This is not right. Why is it doing this? Oh, you know what? I know why. I should separate my... I should put my vertical movement here. That should fix everything. Yes, inline functions will help a ton. I love using functions. I love pointing to functions, so inline functions will make everything so much easier. Alright, so it's still not quite working the way it should, which is interesting because, I don't know, I thought I had tile collisions down, but apparently I don't. I mean, this is acting very strange. Hey, waiting for another League of Legends match, Richard? That's cool. Yeah, my collision is clearly not working. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If I move upwards... If you guys know what I'm doing wrong, I would love to know. I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. Let me see. This is how much I should change by. This one is bigger than this one here. If I collide on the right side, I want to move back towards the left. Alright. Oh, I know why. Hang on. I'm one pixel off every time, so if I move, if I have my beatbox want to be 1 pixel off, so I wanna then do x minus equals to, I don't want to, I'm just gonna write this like this. This is right, and then here I want to be 1 pixel off. Here I want to do x plus equals. I could add it back into the equation, but I don't want to figure out my negatives and positives anymore. Alright, so this, yeah, here you go. It's still a bit glitchy in the corners, but I could use another safer system, but we'll do for now. So now what I can do is where's my player? Have a bomb count. So we're gonna start with one bomb at a time. Each bomb should actually remember who it was created by. So I'm gonna have owner equals no one, and then here if instance exists, owner dot bomb count plus, and inside my player I can have a space, key press, space, if bomb count is greater than 0. Actually I can just say if bomb count, and then I'll copy the code from my test object. Over here. And bomb count minus, and I want to keep a reference to this bomb, which I'll call it bomb, and say that bomb dot owner equals ID. So that theoretically should be able to allow me to place one bomb at a time. Oh, but it plays at the... Yes, of course. I should probably change that to X and Y. So I can place a bomb here, move down, and if I oh that's not quite right. It's because of my collision code, which isn't quite right. Yeah, I should probably fix that collision code before I go on, because it's causing problems. Oh, before I do, I'll just check that my count system works. So... I should be able to create one, and I can't create any more until it explodes, and I can create more bombs. And then it gives me an error, but that is to be expected. So, let's fix this collision code. I could use the while system, or I could use, yeah, I think I'll use the while loop. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do for var I equals 0. This isn't the most efficient system, but it's pretty easy, pretty safe, pixel perfect collisions. So var I equals 0 I is smaller than move speed. Wait, no. Dx times move speed. So let's remove this. Dx. I should really have more collision systems to choose from, but I haven't done that much with. TOS just yet. Oh, maybe my problem was with my beatboxes not being rounded. It is a variable. If you look at my create event, I have a bomb count over here. And then whenever you place a bomb, it reduces it by 1. So first it checks whether you have enough bombs and then reduces it by 1. And whenever a bomb explodes, it increases the bomb count in the player. So I have it to 1 for now, but I can change it. Right, so I'm changing this to a for loop system because it's safer. And I can do if C1 or C2 break. And I can do Xbox plus 1 plus 1 and then X plus equals 1. Oh, yeah. That should work pretty well. Ooh, I should probably... I'll just do it here. Abs... -1, -1, that should be left. And left. Minus equals 1. I can remove this right here. Copy this loop. dy. If it's greater than 0, I want to check left and right and top. No, bottom, bottom, bottom. And y plus equals 1. Copy this. Top. I don't need abs over here, I'll just remove it. Minus. That should work. Probably. So this is much less efficient because of the loop. But it seems to be working. The problem is I still get embedded in the wall. Even though I'm braking as soon as I get the collision. Oh, yes, of course. Bottom plus 1. Plus 1. Minus 1. Minus 1. Okay, so my bomb placement is still off. So what I'll do is I'll grab my player and I'll set the origin to the center. Go back into my room, make sure it's in a sensible place. Come on. There you go. And fix my collisions. Alright, so the collision seems to work pretty well, and bomb placement is fixed. Yeah, all working just fine. Alright, and just to make sure this works exactly as I want it to, let's give myself 2 bombs. So yeah, I can place 2 bombs at a time and no more. Which is pretty great. So now let's make explosions actually damage you. Not too hard. So let's see. As soon as you get hit by an explosion, you die. That seems fair. And event collision with explosion. Destroy. Boom. That's it. You can now die from explosions. Pretty simple. So explosions still seem to work, but if I accidentally stay into it, I disappear. Perfect. Alright, so what now? Power-ups? I think power-ups is a good bet. I'll make some special power-up crates. So up here, edit image, power-ups will be green. I'll go into my meta information and do global.tile power, and that's going to be equal to 0. Oh, because I'm going to have a new type. Destroyable solid, and this is going to be no power up, and a power up. I'll just go ahead and place a couple. Boom, boom. At the intersections, I don't know what the original map was like. I'm not even sure if there were power-up crates or if they were just randomly spawned, but I'm just gonna assume there were power-up crates. Oops. So what I can do inside my create explosion is say oh, here it is. So I can get the tile map at the position. Probably before I set it. And say if right, so yeah. So I got the main movement and stuff going on. Now I'm just working on adding power-ups. So if global tile power at T, then spawn a power-up. So, well, this is not going to spawn anything, this is just a comment, but alright, well, if you have to go Brighton, I'm gonna guess it's Brighton. Good luck with your games, and thanks for watching. And I just haven't been able to test my game because I just killed myself. Right. I think as soon as I get the power-ups working, I think I'll just add again. I should make explosions the alpha of the explosion half every... No, that's not gonna work. Half then subtract. Or subtract in half. Or actually... So it fades faster and it doesn't stay transparent for as long, so you don't hit it. But yeah, what was I saying? I've been streaming for a while now, so I think as soon as I get power-ups working, I will stop the stream. Okay, now my explosions are just not visible. What I'll do is I'll just ditch the whole image alpha system. I'll make this... I'll just add a create event. Alarm 0 is equal to, let's say I want to stay half a second, so that's room speed times 0.5, and let's change this to being alarm 0. There you go. Power-ups. I'll just add an extra bomb power-up, so I'll just create a new sprite. Image. Resize. And I'll just make a nice, I don't know, gray circle. Choose another color of gray, another shade of gray. And a nice big white plus sign on it. Maybe that's too big. More like that. No, that's not really a plus. Not quite there. There you go. Is that clear? Yeah, I think that's good enough. Maybe a red plus would look more like a plus. Yeah, that's better. Rename that. No, not help. I don't care about help. S extra bomb. And then I'll create an object. O extra bomb. And whenever you go create explosion, I'll just do instance create layer. So the position is just going to be XX times, no, XX plus a half times width. Y times plus a half times height layer, and the object is O extra bomb. There we go. So now if I run the game, I should be able to spawn extra bombs. Okay, so that's not quite right. Oh, I should oh no, I did that correctly. Is my metadata wrong? No, it seems correct. My placement is clearly wrong. Is that because my sprite is... I've been working on this for, let's see, stream started at what? Yeah, 1.5-ish. 1.5-ish is about how long I've been working on this. Yeah, definitely over an hour. So, I'm doing something wrong. Alright, see ya, Richard. You too. Where I don't even know where I'm looking anymore. So this line for some reason is returning true when it shouldn't. Oh, I don't need to add a half because it's not centered. But the problem remains that it's creating bombs with the wrong kind of... Oh, here's the other problem. I'm adding values here I'm not supposed to. Alright, that should work as it should. Alright, so... Yep, it's leaving the power-ups. Oh, and I killed myself. I should probably remove that feature whilst I work on it. And I'll add the extra power-up thing. So, collision with extra bomb, instance, destroy other, and bomb count ++. And I'll start with a single bomb just for the testing. Alright. Alright, so now, as you can see, I can only place one bomb at a time. But if I grab this, I can now place 2 bombs. And if I grab this one, I should be able to place 3 bombs. But only 3 bombs. Yeah. And theoretically, I should be able to grab as many of these power-ups as I like. So now I can place a whole row of bombs. In fact, I can almost place an endless stream of bombs. Yeah, I think we achieved the endless stream of bombs. Almost. Or maybe I'm missing a couple clicks myself. Alright, so basic power-ups are done. I think what we can do now is add one more power-up, which is going to be the Pierce power-up. So I think this is probably the last feature I'm going to do before I end this stream. So let's create a quick sprite. And piercing, I don't know how to make that. I'll just make it a white cross of some kind, or... Yeah, I'll just make it this. There you go. That to me means piercing. S, pierce, like so. And O pierce. Alright, where's my player? Pierce equals false. Or perhaps each pierce would increase how much you pierce by. I don't know yet how I should do this. Can you rewatch streams? Yes, I believe I am. I set it up so it will upload my stream when I'm done. So yes, you will be able to rewatch this if you're interested in seeing how most of it works. There's actually not that much code, given that I've been streaming for almost an hour and a half now, or actually more than an hour and a half. There is not that much code going on. Actually, I think it'll be more fun if you can collect multiple Pierce items. I should probably add power items as well. Ooh, I should probably do that first. All right, so I'm actually gonna make this a power bonus. And where's make this power. And our player will have a power. Let's make it a small power. Oh, power is already taken. Just call it POW. Starts off with a small explosion. And every time you collide with power, I can do instance destroy other power plus plus. Oh, POW plus plus. And bombs should probably have a power. Actually, I can just do in here. I can do. I should probably do it that way. POW equals 0, 0, and then where's my player? And if I go back to my bomb, when it explodes, I want to use POW. And when I create my explosions, I now want to choose what kind of power-up I use. So I have to do var p is equal to choose between O extra bomb and O power. So now it should randomly spawn between extra bombs and powers, and power should make my bomb explode bigger. So if I go here, it should only create a small explosion. Yep, it's only a one size explosion. If I grab the power, now it should be 3 size. Yep, the explosion is getting bigger. But it's not giving me any extra bombs for some reason. Did I write my code wrong? It would not surprise me if I wrote a really dumb mistake. Oh no, here we go, we have extra bombs now. So I can grab the power, the extra bombs, and now I can start placing more bombs. Whoops, I would be dead right now. It's probably spawning the power ones a bit too frequently, but so yeah, this is working actually pretty well. I think I may release this on the marketplace as a free demo for you all to enjoy once I'm done. So yeah, now I have a number of bombs and they're just pretty big. I think I can start yeah, making the piercing now. So let's create again a new sprite. Resize all frames. 32. I'm gonna make that just a kind of arrow. Or I should actually make it more over here. There you go. That's piercing, right? Because it's like a arrowhead or something. Rename it as pierce. Oh, of course, if caps lock is on, it's going to be quite weird. As pierce. Oh, pierce. And my player, once it'll have a pierce value. We'll start off with a piercing value of 0. Actually 1, you can pierce 1 block at a time. And when you collide with a pierce, you get and hey, thanks, Joe Colvin. I did not know you could do that. Thanks a lot. Wow, this is incredible. It's the first money I make off YouTube, so thanks a lot. I feel like I want to give back, but I don't know. I'll just shout out. Thanks, Joe Colvin. You deserve a cookie. Huh, that's cool. That's neat. I don't know what to say. Pierce plus plus. Huh. No, I'm stuck. I can't remember what I was doing. That's right. I should probably change my bomb explode to have a pierce value. Var pierce equals argument 3. And my explosion should probably take a pierce value as well. So that should take my pierce value. Bomb explode should give pierce value. I'll just copy paste that in. Can I interact with this? No, I don't know what I can do. I'll just leave it. Alright, so now I have a pierce value. I should probably do something with it. So what I can do is slightly change my metadata to say, let's see, how much. Ooh. I'll just leave it like that for now. And I should say over here, if pierce is greater than 1 or it's greater or equal or greater than 0, then I can create the explosion. Actually, ooh, how am I gonna do this? If tile stop, global tile stop, new size equals 1. If the tile stops something and pierce is equal to 0 or is equal to 1, smaller or equal to 1? Well, I'm actually not sure how I'm supposed to do that. New size equals 1. And then actually, I know how I'm supposed to do that. I can do pierce minus minus. Actually, And then if Pierce is equal to 0, new size equals 1. There you go. Let's make sure this still works. There's global variables. Yes, I'm using global variables. Nothing wrong with that, is there? Yeah, my global variables are actually defined in this meta script over here, which is being called globally. So it's like global metadata. I think it's okay. Well, it's not really metadata, it's more like tiled data. I don't know if meta is the best word to describe it. So I have an error right here. Oh yeah, bomb explode, pow. I should give it the Pierce value. Does my bomb have a Pierce? No, it doesn't. Pierce equals 1. And my player should say... My player's right here. Oh, I don't have the step. Of course I don't. Bomb.Pierce equals Pierce. Save and run. Alright, so let's hopefully it still works, and it seems to still work. And even if my power gets bigger, it still gets stopped by a single tile. Now I just need to test the piercing. So if I go to my player, I increase my pierce to say 3, I should be able to pierce through 3 tiles. I don't know. I removed the dying from explosions, so I don't need to run away every time. But here we go. Now I'm able to pierce through 3, but I think no more than 3. Yeah. So now pierce seems to work. So I can actually add the power up into the game. Let's take my player. Where's my player? Put his pierce back to 1. Take the create explosion. And I want to go to here, add O Pierce. Here we go. I did add the collision with Pierce, right? Whoops. Oh, and I need to destroy the other one, so instance. Actually, that's something I quite like with this new version of GameMaker is instant destroy now takes an argument. Actually multiple arguments, including an ID you want to destroy. So you can either use it like this, which will destroy whatever is the current object, or you can give it an ID, in this case other, because I want it whoever I'm colliding with, and it will destroy that object, which is great. I always created pretty much the same script called destroy, which would take in the ID, and I would have this in every single one of my projects. So having this as a default thing in GameMaker Studio 2 is brilliant. I love it. Okay, so I can now place 2 bombs. I really want a power and a pierce upgrade so I can test this to see if it's working. So now I have my pierce, but my power is still 1, so it's useless. However, I do have 2 bombs, so I can place 2 at a time. Aha, now I should be able to break through 2. Yep. That's 1 more power one. Now have more bombs. There you go. I should be able to just place a bunch of bombs. Oh, okay, my power isn't quite big enough yet. So yes, this is pretty much it, I think. I could probably still stream for a bit. So if you guys have any requests, any last features you would want to see, nothing big. I don't want to. I think I can put in 10 or maybe 15 minutes tops. So, and a whole AI isn't going to be feasible today. But if you have any ideas as to what I could add, I'll see if I can't sneak it in last moment here. So I'll just be watching the chat then. If there's anyone still watching. I mean, I hope so. Yeah. Oops, where's my game maker? So yeah, there's a bunch of things. There could be more power-ups maybe. I don't know, what about better graphics is probably not feasible. Kind of run out of ideas now as to what I could add. Collisions with the bomb. That's right. That's right. That's something. So collisions with the bomb. How did that work? Would it be that you cannot go through the bomb? If that's so, that shouldn't be too hard to add. Oh, you can push or kick the bomb. That's right, that's right. Ooh, let me see if I can work this in. Where's my player? Push the bomb. So the bomb would... Yeah, that's right. The bomb would slide into a hit a wall or something. Ooh, that's gonna be tricky. Tricky to say the least. Let's see. If you're on the object, if you were on the bomb, then you move off. I'm not sure how to implement that. I could have a state, but then I would need a state for every single bomb. Well, one quick fix I should do first is make sure you can't place a bomb on top of another bomb. I could do that with an extra tile set, maybe. Have a quick bombs tile map, which would not be visible. It could use the very same one here. Okay, I think I know how to do that. Okay, I can work this out. First of all, when a bomb is created, it should... Yeah, when a bomb is created, it should place something on the bomb. So I'm gonna duplicate this script over here. Duplicate, open it, in full screen. So this will be called get bomb map. Should I save that for another stream? I think I can work something out, at least for not being able to go through. Ooh, actually I just realized a problem with my technique. I could do a part 2. I could do a part 2 stream where I add, well, if I finish it off, add better graphics and so on. It is getting quite late. Ooh, yeah, I think I'll do that. Actually, I don't think I'll have time today to add this. Yeah, I'll see if I think we made some pretty good progress here on making a Bomberman game. So yeah, I think I'll end the stream here. Adding collisions with the bomb. I thought I had a good idea by having a second tile map, but I just realized that there was still the state problem of figuring out whether you stepped off the bomb or not. So I think I'll leave it here. So to all of you still watching, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I have, for sure. And as I said, I'll try to be streaming like this more often. I think once a week is going to be my goal, on Fridays around the same time, maybe a bit earlier today. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll leave this here, and I'll see you guys for next stream or in my other videos. So yeah, now I need to figure out actually how to stop this. I don't actually have my buttons set up correctly, so yeah, I'll see you guys later.